It's like, I'm being cute in this song, but there's this weird prickly note. Hey, it's like a prickly on a rosy.
Welcome to this classical musicians react video of Hyuna's Flower Shower. Now, before we get started, I'm so happy to announce that this video is sponsored by Skillshare, which is actually perfect timing because now that we are all practicing social distancing and we have a tiny bit of extra free time to do stuff, do you ever feel like picking up a new hobby? Trying out something new? Perhaps learning piano? Learn how to play guitar. Or maybe even sing or rap like Hyuna. I strongly suggest you try out Skillshare. Skillshare is basically an online learning program where you have a bunch of different classes on a bunch of different topics, and it's super affordable. Usually it's $10 per month for premium Skillshare membership, but the first 500 people to click on the link that we have posted in the description get a free 2-month premium Skillshare membership. Now is the perfect time to try and learn something new, and a structured video lesson website like Skillshare is the perfect thing to go to. Now without further ado, let's move on to our reaction of Hyuna's Flower Shower! Yay! You're now reacting to the solo artist Hyuna, who was part of the group 4 Minute under Cube Entertainment. But then she wanted to date and be engaged to her boyfriend, so now they're under Psy's label. And
no, we're not doing 2. I'm sorry to interrupt, but see, Isaac, this was a terrible idea.
She released a song, Flower Shower, in 2019 that reflects on her journey of self-discovery after being asked to leave Cube Entertainment. The song is not just about rediscovering herself, but also reinventing herself now that she has the freedom to pave her own path. Just as flowers wither and rebloom, Hyuna will bloom again too. This is her debut release as an artist with P Nation, and the song is composed by Psy, Yoo Gun-hyung, Space One, and Anna Timgren.
Alright.
I just think it's really cool. She like went off and did her own thing, like with another label, of course, but good for you.
Flower shower. I love Hyuna.
Oh. I like that. That's a good intro.
Okay,
I really like that quick glissando from the C, but it's like, it's just an effect. It doesn't really change the fact that you still feel those 2 notes really strongly.
These visuals are very striking. I like this beat a lot. I love this trend of like minimalist beats, and then you kind of focus on the vocalist.
Oh. What is that sound?
Yeah, I don't know what that.
Yeah. Is that her voice?
That's like a flat 2.
Yeah, they add
Flat 2. And the bass has a 5 there, so I guess it's like a weird dominant feel.
I really like the rhythmic play in the rhythm section. There's so many like different elements.
Yeah.
It's not just like the beat, it's the bass, it's the snaps. It all adds to the vibe.
The beat is hard.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard similar songs with similar percussion, but this one, there are just these little details that are so crazy. Hyuna is red. Whoa, CGI cups.
Oh, we're going here. I really like the melody of the pre-chorus. I think it works really well with her voice, like the more melodic stuff.
It's like, I'm being cute in this song, but there's this weird prickly note. Hey, it's like a prickly on a rosy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Damn, I don't know why she's not like sneezing. I have a really bad seasonal allergy. This would not work out for me.
She probably is. That's why she looks so sad.
with the like bass beat is speeding up to get us back to the chorus. But I bet there's gonna be a silence.
Oh, hop that hip.
Yeah, it's very trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the different elements within the beat is really cool.
I'm still picturing like Mario Sunshine, like those like flowers that like move.
Thoughts? Summary?
I'm just gonna get this out of the way first. You extended your legs in the middle, and your socks are so bright. I thought there was an animal on the ground crawling towards us. I was like, is that a dog?
Oh my gosh, it makes me want to go to a greenhouse in this dastardly weather we live in.
Yeah.
It's dastardly climate.
Yeah, it sounds like springtime. I like
Music and video, mostly video, because seeing all that brightness was sugoi.
What are your thoughts?
Oh my gosh, this is our first React since.
Yeah, it's been for.
Yeah, it's been. What do you normally talk about? No. This is new year, new era.
Texture, rhythms, harmonic, melodic.
She was really hot.
Whoa. Well, it was like, I kind of got nature-y vibes the entire time.
It was like all the woody. They didn't have like a. I think it was wood drums actually, that gave me that, and it also like brought me back a little bit to like 2015, where they used a whole bunch of.
Like Imagine Dragons,
tropical pop stuff.
Yeah, no, I think that whole island pop vibes really covers it, because like we got the whole like whistled melody of like da 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 da. Dun, dun.
I really like the detuned little whistles that they had. And you don't hear that so much in
like
pop
with the
music in
birds
general,
and
and even less in like K-pop. It seems to me.
I thought it was unique. It was, I don't know if it'd be, how it would feel different if it were diatone.
Yeah,
It'd definitely be a bit more boring, yeah. I think it's interesting. I don't know, it stands out, but there's not a lot, because there's not a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot of other like instruments that'll clash with that sound at the moment. You know, where it is, like where the register is, the pitches, and like that there's not a lot of like hi-hat or percussion noise while that's happening. It like actually stands out, so you can hear it. I'm into it. It's kind of an earworm. It's really stuck in my head. I really like the bass, like the way we start off with that kind of huge bubbly sound. That's how I describe it. Boom, boom. You know, like I imagine, you know, those little claymation guys that like pop, 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 pop. That's how I imagine it. I really like that kind of sound. Yeah, I feel like also just the way it started with just hit you with the vocal like big stacked chords is really pleasing to me, because I'm a sucker and a sellout for vocals.
Yeah, I just like that the instrumentation. Yeah. That like, you know, it didn't sit on the same thing. It changed even on like different beats. Like there'd be more of a hit on one than any other beat for that like section, and then a different section there'd be like different timbre, different instrumentation. And like, yeah, it wasn't too repetitive. It was nice, and I liked the sounds.
Yeah.
I
would drive to it. I would drive to it.
I wanted to know, what was that voice? Was that her voice, or was she whistling?
I think it was a mix of multiple
things.
Like,
Yeah.
definitely whistle. Then I
Yeah.
think there might have been a ooh, and like a ton of reverb. And
Yeah.
It was really interesting.
Yeah.
And just like that whole like hook, like dum 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 dum, bum 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 bum. Like it's just like really. It's like written simply enough to be catchy, but it has that just a little bit of like harmonic like weirdness to be like, huh?
Yeah, that makes you want to listen.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah.
And I really appreciated like the upbeatness of the song. Like is just exactly
Yeah, it
what
just
you were
kept it.
talking about.
Yeah, it kept it really playful
Yeah. Like
and
the
not too serious.
percussion, the colors, like even the visuals, like really serve the music in that way. And I think it's just a good way of like describing that like joyous feeling you feel when you've like figured out how to like get out of a slump, or like, because you know like she's talking about like having to
Blossom, and grow.
having to blossom after like leaving one company and having to go to another and like reevaluate what kind of art she wants to make and her identity and all of that. So I think it's the song like portrayed that really well.
Yeah.
Knowing Hyuna, I knew that like an innocent song about flowers wasn't gonna be all that innocent, and we can see it all from her choreography. You know, it's got the typical Hyuna appeal, but also I really like how the music kind of supports that. I've heard, you know, this type of beat, this type of percussion in pop music before, and oftentimes it sounds very sparse, just like the verses in this song. But for some reason in this song, it feels like an actual artistic choice, and I kind of really enjoy that. It feels like when these beats are going, it feels like I want to fill it in with something, but yet the song is deliberately trying to be like that, not because it's another pop song, but because it's got something to say. I don't know how a song, you know, what makes that difference, but I feel that difference this time.
Because I think the first time you listen to verse 1, for me, I'm realizing it takes the verse and then chorus for me to get the building block and then think, okay, that's the building block, and what are they going to change? But then hearing that D flat, I was like, wow, this is a very obscure song. And then start looking at it in that lens, or hearing it in that lens, and a lot of the, you know, it's just the gaps, the silence, almost like a silence, or the tapering off and then the re-emergence of the next note. It's really long. So
that's the sparse quality.
Yeah, I didn't think about flowers. I didn't think about flowers then.
I think the D flat is like a prick on a rose.
Well,
I really think so. It's like that little bit of venom that comes with who she is singing about, which is herself. I really think the song succeeds in its message. Yeah, wow. It really sells who Hyuna is, and I really like it.
Wow, stretching good. 잘 받아낸 알리 blues. 이멍석 가는데 걸린 노년과 수많은 트로피.
Oh, you guys always mess clicking on things, right?
Don't golden shower.
What does that mean? Oh.
She must be protected.